Doo-doo butt.
First of all, these Sonic hard seltzers are not it. They taste bad. I'm not drunk.
I knew.
All right, so this is the last podcast about Crater Clash. I mean, a lot happened. We're squeezing in a lot since some of the fights we don't have as much to talk about as we do some of the later ones. So we had Stephan versus Michael Reeves. Graham is 35-3, 127. And then Michael Reeves, which is one of your people, right?
Yeah.
Was 24-5-3 and 121.
Yeah, so Michael Reeves is one of those internet science type guys who like MatPat? No. No. He like builds wacky stuff and like programs cool things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I think of that, I always think of the porch pirate guy that has the box that does the glitter and the fart spray.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, sounds about right. By a significant margin, the Grum guy is like a real estate investor person. He was in the corner of the ring and just gave up. I think I talked about it in one of the previous episodes. He just did the hand under the chin, like, nope, cut it off.
Yeah, Michael Reeves really came out there fast and quick.
I mean, they're both midgets. We've seen midget wrestling before. I don't think we ever did an episode about it.
Yeah, we were talking about how much of a deja vu this was. Yeah. It was like the dwarf round at midget wrestling.
They brought in a woman during the women's match, and they kept her during the little person match. Yeah. And when it went to the big boys, they switched back to a male referee. So I found that pretty funny. There's not much more to say about this. I do think it's funny that one of the big sponsors is Fansly, which is one of the new competitors to OnlyFans. So I thought that was an interesting choice as a sponsor. They also have Real Good Touring, which is Egoraptor, Aaron Hansen's company, which basically put on the show. Speaking of Aaron Hansen, we'll go to the next match.
Nah, hold on.
Oh, okay. You got something to talk about?
Yeah.
Michael Reeves? Okay.
Uh-huh. Well, Michael Reeves had a mouth guard on, and we couldn't decide whether or not it was a creeper from Minecraft or dollar bills.
Yeah.
And I was right that it was a creeper. And I just always like being right, so I felt it was worth mentioning.
Okay. Right. And then also Michael Reeves, like everybody else was asked, are you going to continue to do boxing?
Oh, and he was like, oh, fuck no. And I was like, that's legitimate. You're allowed to not.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them had a fun time.
The next round was, the meat guy. Harley from Epic Mealtime versus Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps.
Yeah, so we have Egoraptor versus Epic Mealtime. So Mealtime is significantly taller and bigger.
He's a giant. Aaron was like, I don't want to fight the giant, but I will.
So Dr. Disrespect, we talked about this, so he's going to be 3 inches taller.
Yeah.
But still 60 pounds lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So Epic Mealtime is 36?
Yeah, 36.
36, 6'5", 276. And then Aaron is 35, 6'2", 214. Aaron's lighter than I am. Yeah, that was David versus Goliath. And the good thing is, I respect Harley. He didn't come out and just swing. He actually tried to do some boxing, but he was just so much bigger, taller, and more powerful. Aaron didn't stand a chance. It at least went to the second round, and Aaron should be proud of that. But at the end of the match, Harley even said, I barely did anything. And I think he was telling the truth.
I don't know about that. I do think Harley's, winning speech was pretty badass. He was like, I only use 20% of my power, and I'm aiming that 80% at you. And he called out Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah. Which we looked up. He's about the same weight as Aaron Hansen, but he is 6'8", though. So, still puts them both in the, I think, if I'm not mistaken, with the weight classes, I can't remember if he was 219 or 209. I think he was 219, so he'd still be good.
For the heavyweight division.
Right. But yeah, it'd be an interesting match. Oh, and we forgot to talk about it earlier. Dad from the first episode did call out MatPat to challenge him. So that would be interesting. I think in the next one, we should have Dad versus MatPat. We should have Epic Mealtime versus Dr. Disrespect. And I would love to see, we actually talked about this in between the podcast while we were watching, love to see Haley and Minx have a rematch.
Yeah, Haley and Minx deserve a rematch. Maybe bring back, Max Mofo versus Filthy Frank. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be funny. Max Mofo would be interesting. I actually think Filthy Frank would... I think Max would be a joke. Kind of like Odd Ones Out. I do think Filthy Frank would actually be a good boxer, though. I don't know why I think that. I just do.
Asian. I'll go there.
Okay. I actually went to a YouTube show of Crank Gamesplay. I have to do this show / I have to do this tour. And he was going to be in this because he was going on the tour at the same time. He wasn't able to, so he backed out. But at the very beginning, he was supposed to be in this. And actually, I think he would have done good.
Tragic.
I think Markiplier would do good. I think Matt Pat, I don't know. He could fall either way. He is a good technical person. He studied a lot of boxing, but I don't know if he can put it into practice.
If he goes up against that robot, he's gonna fucking die.
It would be an interesting match, most definitely.
The next round that we watched, it was Airsoft Fatty versus the national anthem, and I'll tell you, I didn't come into Creator Clash thinking I'd see a death, but he killed it. He absolutely murdered the national anthem 3 times.
So yeah, the first time he does it, oh, say can you see, he gets a little ways, and he's like, oh, I'm nervous, I messed it up, guys, let's start back over. So then the crowd joins in on the second one, and then halfway through that one, he just, again, he's like, no, we have to do it one more time, 3rd time's the charm. If I can't get it right that time, we'll just go on to the match. But the crowd keeps singing. Like, I think they almost finish it, if not.
And then he started back up a third time.
And then everybody else starts singing it again, and he stopped multiple times during that third one, too, but he just pushed through finally. And
I don't think he knows the national anthem.
I thought, when I watched it personally a few weeks back, maybe like 2 weeks back, I thought it was a joke. But based on what you told me his background is, it might be legitimately, he just really is retarded.
He just doesn't really know.
So he's an iDubbbz person, or the result of an iDubbbz documentary. He's a mid-class YouTuber, and then he got his start because iDubbbz made fun of him.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, and then the main event.
Dr.Mike versus iDubbbz. Our host, iDubbbz.
Which iDubbbz basically did the entire Creator Clash. And it kind of sucks because he lost. They said a girl's name. I don't know. I don't think that was his girlfriend, but they did say that you and blah, blah, blah put this on. I think
they said it was his wife.
His wife? Oh, yeah. Okay. So it was then. All right. Yeah, both the same exact weight. iDubbbz and Dr. Mike, 188. Dr. Mike had a slight age and height difference, 6'3", 32 versus 31 and 6'2". The difference is Dr. Mike, he talked about this ever since his mom passed away. He basically just did boxing as a sort of relief. And it showed. iDubbbz put up a fight, but it was pretty significant that Dr. Mike won. Yeah,
they win the distance. It came down to the judging. Mm-hmm. There was no KO, no TKO.
Yeah, there was no knockdown either. It was all stand up. iDubbbz was pretty bloody. I'd probably say even more bloody than like Yodel and Haley. He was significantly busted. I don't think maybe as much as Ryan was, but
bloody enough that it got on the ref.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Mike hit him once at the very end, and blood sprayed all over the ref's face. And you could see all the blood that was on Dr. Mike's boxing gloves. So, I mean, it was okay. I don't know iDubbbz a whole lot, mainly just from Rice Gum diss tracks. Dr. Mike, I'm familiar with his. I don't watch his YouTube and etc., but
you catch his shorts every once in a while.
Yeah, Snapchat. Instagram, Facebook, it'll come up occasionally. It's like real doctor reacts to Simpsons diagnosis or whatever. Yeah,
I've been following iDubbbz since like Filthy Frank and Max Mofo and all them did their collaborations. Really great. Prime YouTube. Bring it back.
I went into iDubbbz during the Chuck E. Cheese documentary. I think he also did one about Boogie or something, and I think that's about it. Besides that, again, I just know that Rice Gum makes fun of him. Because he does the creator cop thing, right? Where he judges other YouTubers.
Content cop,
yeah. But overall, what did you think about Creator Clash?
No, it was pretty cool. I don't really watch fighting.
Yeah.
And this is great. So far I've seen midget wrestling in this.
I watch some boxing. We have a tradition in our friend circle where we go over to one of our friends' houses and always watch big boxing matches. Triple G, Canelo, Mayweather, etc. So this was interesting. I know the basics of boxing. I understand like who's doing good and who's doing bad on the scorecards. I kind of predicted this one when I was watching it, and he did win by 5 points. So. But yeah, well, it was great to have you here, and be able to do all this. Thanks to the audience for listening, and I appreciate you being here and hopefully watching all 3 parts of our series.
You don't.
And till
Why
next
don't
time.
you pull it off? Pull off your skin.